Hey guys, welcome to episode 6 of the MintyFresh podcast, Chronicles of No One Fresher. And today you've got Mint and TK.
And we got BIGNIKS in the house.
Hello.
OG of the MintyFresh crew.
VIP master.
VIP master. Driver of Mitsubishis.
Big body Lexus.
Yep.
And disastrous.
And Disaster.
Disaster. Shit.
Remember that Disaster?
It's going to be good. Like,
Jite crashed it.
Jites did.
I
That
went-
doesn't actually surprise me.
no. Oh, well. Look what you've got to look forward to. Episode 6.
Episode 6.
Ready to go.
Let's go. Welcome, Nix.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Are you comfortable in that bride?
It's a little bit snug, but I'm fine.
Not greedy.
The
Not
bride.
built for the larger gentleman.
I think that bride is actually more snug than this option seat for sure.
Mm-hmm.
This option seat is a slightly more
Roomy.
roomy seat.
It looks a bit more roomy.
It is. It's super comfy though. Shout out to option.
It's because you're a less roomy gentleman.
Yeah, that's maybe
Me and Nick's are like roomy gentlemen.
partially filled.
Partially filled. Partially full of shit.
But yeah, episode 6. We've got and with TK and BIGNIKS, we've got Nix on the show, and Nix is going to go through some of his history on his cars and how we got to meet each other. Because I heard a story actually in one of the first episodes about you two meeting,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know that story.
Yeah.
So
Well-
what was the deal with that?
Oh, it must have been 2007 maybe. I not long past my driving test, and I had my first car, a Mitsubishi Colt. And there was a meet organised, or there was a rumour going about that Banzai and Japanese Performance were coming to Aberdeen.
Can't confirm or deny if I started that rumour.
Oh,
Up at
It's one of those.
rumor mill.
Yeah, rumour mill time.
There was a guy at work told me about the meet. So I thought, oh, I'll come along. He had an MR2, I don't know if it was a genuine Veilside kit or a replica kit. Rocked up, and there was just Japanese cars everywhere. Like, macro car park was full.
Was it?
So it was pretty nuts. So did the usual wandering about, and I think it must have been, I don't know if it was your car or somebody's car. And I can't remember exactly what happened, but I was standing there looking about and everyone's chatting. I didn't know anybody. So, and there was a conversation, somebody with manifold or something like that. And I said something, and Thaco said, I don't know what he said. He said something. I just thought, that boy's a dick. Like. And I just walked off and drove home.
Great first impressions.
Yeah, just like, didn't think anything of it. How we met was through JD and Taz.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Ah. So did I have the Civic then? I must have had the Civic. You had the Colt.
No, you had the S15. Because the first time I seen your S15 was at Crail.
Was it?
You must have not long had it. It was standard. It didn't have the big Veilside wing on it, but it was standard.
Yeah, that wing came off rapid.
Yeah.
TK's Evo was there, and
No way.
Lawrence's Jordan was there. I actually seen the picture last night. That's why I kind of jogged my
Yeah.
memory.
Is that's the time that Lewis was there as well?
Yeah, I think there was an Evo.
Because that was
fan.
Banzai.
That was Banzai.
That was
Trail.
Banzai. Because that's where I hounded Steve McCann to take pictures of our cars, and he was not keen at all.
Wasn't he?
And I didn't know why, and then now I know why. Because when you see the picture of the cars, it looks so shit compared to everyone else. Like standard
Stock
fucking
looking.
Evos and S15s.
Like a Proton and a
Yeah.
Peugeot.
Fuck you, Proton.
Yeah, but the Sylvia looked like a Peugeot 406, remember?
Yeah, 406 Coupe.
406 Coupe, yeah.
So fast forward a little bit. It was my birthday. I was out in town in Aberdeen, and I just got off the bus, and my mate went, "Nix, check this out. There's your S15 decked, the URAS kit going down
Broken.
Union Street." Like, I'm like, "Holy shit, look at that! Never seen an S15 like that before."
You seen that on when you were on Union Street?
And I was on Union Street. It was, it was
Nice.
years ago. It was years and years ago. So
One of us the same time you got stopped at the beach, and you phoned me like it sounded like you were crying, but you weren't. And you were like, I think it's over, dude. It's over. They're like moaning about my bumper and my wheels and my tires, and
No, it could have been multiple
it's when
times.
unnamed females in the car as well. And she was freaking out on the phone. She was phoning me, because you couldn't speak because you were in the back of the police car.
Oh yeah,
Remember that?
I remember that. But yeah, I don't think that would have been the time when it looked all clean. That would have been that was after.
Oh no,
it was
it's like
skidded.
super smashed. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing looked straight at the body shop, and me and my mates were like, "Holy crap, look at that!" And then you rolled down Union Street, and that was it. But I found out about JDM Taz, so I signed up and joined. The first time I met you was at a meet organised by JDM Taz. It was a drive. We drove out past Offord and
I remember
Out
this.
to
Wait,
some-
was that the first time?
some
like?
house, little big like restaurant thing out
Cafe restaurant thing, yeah, out by Strathdown or something. Yeah.
And we went for a meal. And it was me and Herman. Well, by mind it said you said meet at Co-op. And I only ever thought there was one Co-op in Offord, and that was the one on the main street.
The little one, yeah.
I didn't know about the bigger one. So I was just about ready to go home when all you boys turned round, and I think I see you hanging out waving at me, and I'm like, all right, okay. So I turned around and chased after you. And there was that little bridge going out of Offord.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's like a pub in the corner.
Yep, the brig.
Well, me being young and stupid,
See where
trying
this
to
is going.
catch up with everyone, got a little bit too fast, completely locked up, straight through. Onto Hartwig, luckily nothing was coming.
Yeah.
So that was the first time I met you. But obviously before that, we're obviously speaking on the forums and all that.
Yeah.
So that was quite,
First experience was a ropey one.
I don't remember that at all. I can't have been there.
No, you weren't there that day.
Yeah, I was about to say the only run that I went on, so I went up to Ken.
Yeah, and then we took photos at the petrol station. And Marcus was there.
Yeah,
So was Gary. He was there in the Lee's mind.
That's right, yeah. And you had the cult there though, didn't
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
That was not long after before everything was selling it.
Mm-hmm. Because I did a photo shoot of that cult up at Tire Bag, I remember.
No, it was upside the farm out the.
Yeah, up the not the Tire Bagger, sorry, I'm thinking at the town. Yeah, out near that farm, Balloch.
Yeah.
Balloch. Because I found the photos on my photo bucket actually from that photo shoot. But I thought I had the Civic at that point, but obviously
No, you're
not.
the MX-5, the red one.
Was that at the same time?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
The red MX-5.
Oh, damn.
Holy shit.
Because you drove the Colt back to yours, and I jumped in your MX-5.
That's
and
right.
crashed
Okay,
into
so
your
forget
cup
what I
holders and
said.
everything.
Nick's isn't a fucking OG at all. Just some hanger on that turned up later on. Like,
He's just turned up halfway through.
Well,
yeah, he fucking turned up like 2 years ago.
yeah. Just out the blue.
Fucking hanging on.
Yeah. Who's this guy you've got with you?
Oh man, yeah, we've had too many strong coffees. That's the problem.
Yeah, for sure. Memory's scrambled.
Yeah, Nick's isn't such a coffee connoisseur.
No. Not nowadays.
Not nowadays.
Not nowadays. But yeah. So how long did you have your cult for?
I had it for 3 years, I think.
3 years. We'll insert a picture
Yeah.
Yeah.
of the cult. It looks sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it, my very first car, £1,800.
So what was that cult then? It was a Myvec, wasn't it?
1999 Mitsubishi Colt 1.3 CJ1 GLX. It had manual windows and electric sunroof. They're really random.
That is random.
Really
You
random.
can wind your windows, but you can't wind the sun.
Yeah, an electric sunroof. So it's completely basic as you like. But I absolutely love that car. It wasn't the colour I originally wanted. The really funny thing is, back in the day, obviously Gran Turismo, one of the first cars I bought in Gran Turismo was a CJ4 Myvec Colt in Iris Blue. My first car, Mitsubishi Colt, Iris Blue.
No way. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Irish blue?
Iris.
Iris. Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
It's
absolutely
trippy.
loved it.
It's trippy how Gran Turismo, fucking total sculpture, fucking mind.
I know.
Like that's the reason why this all fucking came about.
Mm-hmm.
It's it was like people I knew, but also Gran Turismo. Fucking hell, did like mega sessions. Gran Turismo. See, play it now on a PS5. Though. Oh, so good.
Just wish I had older cars.
Oh, dude,
So
nah, it's so good. And you get a wheel fucking sorted for that game.
Yeah.
Play with a controller is not the same.
Yeah.
Is it on par with Assetto Corsa though, or is it worse or better? Because that is a pretty epic simulator game.
GT5 for drifting is AIDS.
Is it?
Anybody
Can you
that
say
wants
that?
to battle me can fight me
Yeah.
about it. Because I thought it was me, and I've tried, and
But then I can't remember a Gran Turismo that was good for drifting.
no.
Because I remember when Forza came out, it was so hard to drift, but it was so rewarding.
Yeah.
Like when you could get the first to drift, and then the next ones after that just made it easier and better, and then it got crap once it got to a certain
Do you
point.
remember the sessions we used to have, like So if like fucking driving Forza, and you're like up till like 4 a.m. fucking skidding.
I know.
So good.
They were so good.
Mm-hmm.
I remember once when the first, I think it was the first Forza came out, and I was with Scotty across back in Afford, and Scotty, Craig, and me, all three of us just was at it for hours and hours and hours, just trying to get this car to drift decent. Because it was like, it wasn't, I don't think they had thought about drifting per se in the first Forza. So it was like to get it to drift properly and link up, it was so difficult to start. After a while, you got it, but like to get it going, it was hard. It wasn't until the second one, I think, and then it was a lot easier to drift.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was decent. So then you had the Cult.
Yep.
So that was your first car. Your first car was your Cult.
First car was a Colt.
That's pretty decent.
So I pumped, as you do, young, stupid, pumped so much money into it. Haven't really learned anything in my 30s, still doing the same thing.
No, none of us have.
But
So who did the Mavic swap?
the Myvex swap was a guy off the owners club, a guy called Mike. He was down in Kirriemuir. And he's like, right, drop the car off. So after buying the Myvec engine, which was an Escapade itself, so the guy, another guy in the owners club bought the original engine I was meant to get. The guy sourced me another engine and gearbox. Originally, I wanted to use the 1.3 gearbox. So I got told it was meant to work, but it didn't. So Mike put the Myvec engine into it, and it was all right. It was 164 brake, I think. So
The Mavic was the Mitsubishi equivalent of a B series,
yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
yeah, it just wasn't as good as the VTEC system.
Oh man, nothing's as good as VTEC though.
But I was never a Honda boy. Like never wanted a Honda.
Oh
like,
man,
It's
You
a good
missed out.
alternative though, because it
Yeah,
was rare.
I mean-
It was more rare than any of the Hondas it was
Oh
kicking
yeah,
about.
definitely. I only ever seen one modified Colt in Aberdeen area, and that was a guy in the owners club, and he had an Acela blue, you know that dark blue from the Evo 6,
Yeah.
17-inch wheels. It looked awesome. I thought that's why I want one of them. But I wanted to be different. Off the shelf parts for the Colt is pretty much non-existent this side of the world, so I had to customize stuff.
They were never massively popular. That's why, yeah,
No.
like Hondas. Fuck, there was heaps of Hondas. Like
No.
whenever you it was always like Corsas, Honda, Corsas, Civics, and then like Colts. It was pretty rare you having a Colt. Like
Yeah. But I did a lot of things to that Colt. Like I decided I wanted to put an Evo 4 front splitter on it.
Oh yeah.
As far as I'm led to believe, I'm still one of the only folk who's ever done it. I still get folk messaging me about it 10 years after the car's gone. So it's pretty crazy. I've switched Civic EP3 Type R side skirts onto it as well.
Did you?
Yeah. They were genuine Honda ones as well I got. And I got the guy
damn.
to cut them up and mold them onto the car. So
That's cool. I didn't know that.
they were like 40 quid off eBay back in the day.
Really? Damn.
they had Buddy Club P1s.
P1s.
Yeah, Buddy Club P1s, full Evo 3 Evo 3
That's
brakes
right.
roundabout.
Tains.
Like
coils.
10 coilovers, 10 Evo 6 front strut brace, an Evo 6 Cusco H brace in the front, Evo 3 rear top brace. I think that was really better done.
Yeah.
It's mad how you can just fit all the evil bits to
Yeah,
it as well. That's mad.
The whole
Yeah.
interior fitted. You could fit
Did
Evo
it?
front seats, dash, everything just fitted straight in off the
Wow.
4, 5, and 6. 7, 8, 9 was sort of different, but you could still fit them in.
It's like a mini Evo hatchback without the drivetrain.
Well, that's what everybody does now. You see, like the thing then probably was, but the thing is now, like to fit Evo swap, like Sean's one. Obviously, he's Sean Laura's cousin. Sean has got a Cyborg. Cyborg.
No, it is a. See, I know the owner originally built that car. And I'm sure it was a UK one, but I could be wrong. But he properly fitted Evo drivetrain too.
It's
Did he?
Evo 5 or 6 engine and drivetrain.
Wow.
That thing would be a flying machine. Like.
Oh, it'll be wild.
Even I think Matty told me it was about 350, 400 horsepower. You're like, oh, 400 horsepower. That's all right, I suppose. Nah, not in that.
In a go-kart.
It probably weighs the same as my Evo.
Probably weighs about 1,100 kilograms. or
Yeah.
so.
I weighed my Evo last time, so it's 1150.
Jeez.
So it does all right.
I mean, you get them 4-wheel drive in Japan anyway. There is an option to buy a 4-wheel drive Colt.
In
CJ.
that model, like that age, I mean,
Yeah.
is there?
There was a green one in the UK for a while that somebody put an Evo 9 engine into it.
Okay.
And last I heard it was in Scotland, but I only heard of it once being in Scotland and never heard it again. So
It'd be epic
That
to
would be
drive one of
epic,
those.
yeah.
like.
crazy fast.
Yeah. Short as fuck wheelbase as well.
Yeah. But as I said, they're very, very, very rare, and I would love to own another one.
It was that color I liked about it. The color was so nice.
Yeah.
I liked that color.
It was totally different. There was no other cars on the road at that time that there was ever that colour. Or even close to that colour, probably.
Mm-hmm.
No.
It was like a Sonic blue. That's what I thought. Sonic the Hedgehog.
The funny thing is, I wanted to respray it. My uncle was like, "Oh, we're just painting." I was like, "Oh, I really want to paint it championship white." I'm really glad I didn't.
Yeah, that would have been.
Want to live out your Honda fantasies next?
Yeah, side skirts, paint
Yeah,
job.
you got the side skirts is like the gateway drug.
10 VTEC.
Put in a K20.
But I had the same problem. I wanted to take the rubber door strips off. But I had to take the door strips off. It had been in a crash and it had been painted, so I had to put them back on. So that's why I never take them off.
Okay.
I know that fucking pain.
Yeah. That was after I crashed into the lorry at work.
Okay.
Oh, hold on, back up. What?
So 14 days after passing my driving test, I rock up to work. And I wasn't confident enough to reverse in. I thought I'll go nose first, but I was squint. So thinking, I better straighten up, drive back. Work lorry parked behind me. I think about space, thud. Oh, no. The wiper arm got pushed back into the tailgate. With a tiny little pinprick in the driver's door of the work lorry. And I'm like, I'm devastated. I'm going. And everyone at work seen me doing it. I'm like, oh, I still haven't lived it down. I still get mentioned after all these years. And I was like,
Remember that time? Remember that time you crashed into the truck?
oh, I hear that nearly on a yearly basis.
Oh,
Somebody mentioned this. But no, that was a wake up call. That like, pay more attention.
Yeah, when you do crash, it is normally a wake up call to pay more attention, or not
Yeah.
go so fast, or
Yeah.
not try pull so much handbrakes.
Don't have one last run. Famous last
never
run.
have one
Never
last
have
run.
Another last run.
Yeah, just go one more time out on track.
I've learned that so many times. If you call it, that's it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember I exploded the brakes on the Evo at Knockhill doing one last run?
Mm-hmm.
When we were at Knockhill doing that track day. One more, we'll just go one more time. Brakes are okay. Yeah, they fucking exploded.
Mm-hmm.
I had no pads all the way home to drive with a handbrake.
Yeah.
It was great.
My one last run at Driftland seen me with no clutch. Remember?
So yeah, one last run at Driftland, no clutch. One last run at Crail, kickflip. One last run, where else did you run? Teesside? You didn't die at Teesside, did you?
No.
No.
But then it was comp, so it was like you only got one run.
One last run doesn't count there because you've only done 3 runs up to that point.
Yeah.
It only counts as like a quarter of a drift
If you
day.
didn't do your one last run, you just wouldn't enter the comp.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do your sit and run.
One last run in Japan, crashed into a bank.
Yeah, that was first run. That was the first run, unfortunately. So yeah, so cult life, and then traded it in,
Sold it
sold it.
to Sean.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah,
Sold to
that's right.
Sean. And bought an S14. But I had a love-hate relationship with that car. I shouldn't, in hindsight, I maybe shouldn't have bought it.
The
Originally, I was
S14.
looking at Aristo, Mark II Aristo, and that fell through for whatever reason. And I'm thinking, oh, should I keep the Colt? I want turbo power. Everyone's getting drift cars and turbo power, and I'm like, oh, S14 seemed a good idea. Discovered about the internet, found one of Driftworks. Me and Herman went down to London to buy this S14.
Damn, London.
Never driven down to England before, so it was all sort of new. Never driven a rear-wheel drive car before, so I think it was
Yeah.
Staines. That's where the boy was from.
Staines, Ali G. Ali G. You bought
Ali
Ali
G,
G's S14.
Holy G in the house.
So, bought the S14. It was alright. Nice work wheels, replica Vertex kit, tine suspension, big Willwood brakes on it.
Mm.
Thing looked nice. So I jumped in it, starting driving up the road. Coming up to the M25. Now, never driven in a proper motorway before. The M25 was very daunting. Luckily, it was dry though. So I'm thinking, oh, if it starts raining, this car's going to kill me. Like a rear-wheel drive car. Everyone knows they're driving in the rain, it's going to kill you.
Ah, yeah, that's like a given. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like one spot of rain and you're dead on the road.
That was the horror stories, was it? I got the
Yeah,
same one.
I was the same. That was the exact same reason I never bought a rear-wheel drive car.
Mm-hmm.
So no, it was good. So drove up the road, no issues whatsoever. That was fine. So I had that car for maybe I think I sold in 2014. Yeah, I sold in January 2014. That car opened a couple of opportunities. I got a magazine feature,
Mm-hmm.
cover car. The
Yeah,
only
plus you
hind-
did a shitload of work to it as well. It's like
Yeah.
you know, it's like a cult. So it had the Meisters? Did it have the Meisters on it when you bought
I
it?
had the Meister when I
Yeah.
bought it. It had tines that were blowing,
Hmm.
usual.
Mm-hmm.
So bought HSDs. But Driftworks said they were out of stock, so they gave me a deal on the CS2s. So I had CS2 HSDs, and they were pretty good. I've never had the HSDs before, so they're fine. It's sort of after a while, I decided to change stuff in the car. I bought an Origin Labo carbon rear lip. What else did I use it?
It was clean.
Yeah, it
It was
was.
super clean.
It
that
was
car.
quite
was
clean,
clean,
especially for that UK model. It was
Yeah.
very, very clean. Like
The cleanest one I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
the boy who owned it before did a very good job in doing everything. He did all the work himself, so he painted everything himself. And there's a couple of bits that could have been a bit better, but I mean, for a 99 car, it was fairly
It was
clean.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the LED indicators on your wings.
Oh my
That
god.
was a
remember that.
TK
I
special.
remember
That was a
that.
TK job.
Fucking
was
hell, I
faff.
remember that.
Yeah.
Fucking bane of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking wiring about 40 LEDs into a fucking wing.
Yeah.
It was a great idea at the time. It was a great idea, but it wasn't. Fucking hell, it was such a faff, was it?
Yeah.
The amount of drilling, had to like use a little tiny 3mm drill and like drill the holes and the
Mhm.
fucking hell.
It looked cool, though. It looked very cool.
I remember when you asked me to come around and do something with your suspension, and I slammed it, and then you were like, "Oh, it's too low."
I think it always is.
I was just like maximum slam, just
Couldn't
dump
get
it.
out the drive, though. It had that lip.
That's right.
Had the curb to get into it. I had to raise it to get out. But no, I really
It was
enjoyed
a
that
nice
car.
car. Yeah.
It was a nice car. The infamous Fanta. Great
Oh, the
Fanta,
yeah.
fucking rocket
Crap
cover.
Fanta.
Have you got a photo of that somewhere?
I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pull it up.
You
Jamie
got
will
it on.
pull that
You
up.
can take a photo of the one in your garage, eh?
Yeah, I don't have the cover though.
Oh, that's right.
That was done by, what was his name?
Jim's Factory.
Jim's Factory. Yeah.
AKA Jay, who's the guy from Driftworks.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
all the
Oh,
Driftworks
yeah,
videos.
yeah,
Job on
totally.
that.
That's him
Is
now.
he still doing that sort of thing?
Yeah, he's working with Phil now. He's like Phil's mechanic.
Is he?
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't think he's doing airbrush. I asked him to play.
No, he's not. How did I? Oh, when we were at Players, we spoke to him. Remember, we asked him if he's doing airbrush, and he was like, "Nah, stopped it because it's too much hassle,"
Mm,
which I can totally understand.
a lot of work.
Mhm.
Big time. When I got that done, it arrived and it was broken. One of the lugs broke. So I messaged Jason. I've got it. It looks great, but it's been damaged in transit.
Mhm.
And he went, "Don't worry about it. I'll get another cover sorted." And he did it again. Just exactly the same. Just done it. Free of
Wild,
charge.
is it? That's
So-
wild to like go and do all that work again,
Yeah, it
considering
must
it's all
take
like hand
ages to
painted.
do.
Yeah, dude. Like it looks so good. Like
Best money I've ever spent.
Hmm
So good.
So is the rocker you've got on your wall the one that was broken then?
Yeah,
Ah, I
Yeah.
see. Okay, that's why you don't have the plug cover.
that's why I don't have the plug cover.
So out there somewhere in the UK there'll be an S14 with
No.
that Fanta rocker.
Years later, after I sold the S14, my mate from Kirriemuir sent me a link to eBay. And it was in Poland.
Oh,
It's really
Random.
random. So that engine cover and spark plug cover was in Poland for sale on eBay.
wow.
and there wouldn't be another one, you know. Like the
No.
only other one is the one that Nick's got in his garage. So
Yeah.
And you weren't tempted to buy it?
Somebody's got a great Fanta.
Were you not tempted to buy it back?
I was, but I wasn't paying the money.
Paying the money again.
Yeah, again. So yeah.
I wonder if it's still going about and it looks the same.
Mm.
Be interesting to know. Like,
Hmm
That was a long time ago I seen that.
If you're the person in Poland that's bought that rocker cover,
yeah,
put a comment in below.
We don't want to buy it just in case you get like this grand thing
Well-
if we're going to pay like a G for someone.
You'll get
Yeah.
a MintyFresh sticker.
Yeah, we'll send you a sticker if you send us a rock cover. We might stretch to an air freshener.
Yeah, a couple of keyrings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I got a shot of that car. And I've never been so disappointed in my life.
The 14.
Mm-hmm.
Now you were in as well.
Yeah, I had a drive in it. Why were you
Compared to the
disappointed?
Evo, but see, this is so I come to find out later on that the Evo is very spooly. It makes boost really quickly, whereas S bodies don't. They're really they're not like laggy,
They're cruisers.
but they're like for cruising.
It was like it was a touring kind of car, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was supposed to be. for,
So
like,
when I
touring.
drove it and put my foot down, nothing happened for like 2,000, 3,000 RPM. I was like, this is shit. What the fuck's going on? Then all of a sudden it took off, and I was like, oh, I changed gear. Whereas the Evo, you put your foot down, you're away, like,
Yeah,
but then you run out of puff like $5,000.
yeah. But that thing had like leather interior and stuff, didn't it?
Yeah. A leather interior. There's a UK spec model, so it was a Tudor. I think it was a Tudor.
Fairly sure they were tourers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So a cream interior.
That's wait, fucking hell, yeah, it was cream interior.
It was absolutely disgusting. Hate cream interior.
Yeah.
I like cream interiors.
Well, they look better in some cars, but the S14 just did not suit a cream interior.
Yeah.
It's because it was black. Black
Yeah.
with cream interior. It's like my Lexus, black with cream interior. It's not great. I'd rather have black interior, but
Yeah.
I'm not out there looking for unicorn. Like,
See, I put a cream beige interior in my car. Remember?
yeah,
my
but that's like a
my
cool
MB
thing to do in
came with black.
MX-5s, though.
Huh?
That's a cool thing to do in MX-5s, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's harder. Well, it's not harder to find, but less people have them.
Mm.
Cream interior. Plus, I had to put it from a 2.5 to a 2 interior because it was the beige interior was from a Mark II.
Mm.
So I took out the 2.5 interior and put in a 2 interior just because I wanted it half-tone beige. Thought it looked sweet.
Half-tone AIDS.
Yeah. Has less cup holders, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
less cup holders.
Yeah. But then I added, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Compromised.
Then I made a financial mistake. I bought a rare Nismo R32 old school Nismo stitching bucket
That's
seat.
right.
Turned out to be a passenger seat. I was like, oh, it's like £100 or something. That'll be fine. So later on, Jites was like, oh, I've got a Ricardo. I'll sell you a Ricardo or swap the Ricardo for this R32 Nismo seat. I'm like, oh, okay. So it was an SR4 Ricardo. And that was a kind of mistake. Now I wish I kept that. Till somebody told me there were thousands.
Yeah.
Absolutely thousands now. But
It's probably Jites told you that.
Made a financial mistake you can't recover from.
Yeah.
Can't financially recover from.
So where's that seat? Jites got it.
no, I don't know what happened to that seat.
Oh,
Jay's probably sold it for someone.
yeah.
I think Jites went to give it to somebody and he never got it back. I really don't know. It's a story for Jites to tell.
We'll let
It's like
Jites tell that.
it's
We'll
like now-
interrogate him.
You know, like if he's like Tommy Effie, I'd be like, yeah, check this old like logo Nismo seat. It's worth like 10 G's. That's what Nick's had. Oops.
Got it.
Oops.
So yeah, I sort of changed that. Got the Ricardo in. I decided to do some. I wanted to turn it VIP-esque because I've always been a fan of VIP cars. So I got some Thai silk cherry blossom fabric, and I
Nice.
made the door cards. Quite impressed with that. Not bad for a first attempt. And then I ordered a Nordy steering wheel. So that was sort of it.
Louis Vuitton Gear Gator as well.
Yeah,
I
that came
remember
with the
that.
car.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
Ah,
That came with the car. That was kind of the selling point of the car. I've got Louis Vuitton, that'll do. That's pretty VIP. That's cool.
it had white dials as well. I was looking back at photos of it and I forgot it had the white Lockwood dials.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was like a
all done
thing.
before I bought it.
Remember that was like a big thing to do to your car, like put like those dial
That's
kits
right,
in your
yeah.
car.
Well, I was actually quite glad it wasn't the blue sort of Need for Speed
Oh,
sort of
hated
style
those
ones.
ones.
Yeah.
It would just look like OEM sort of white.
Mm-hmm.
So it was quite cool. You know, I enjoyed that car at times, but most of the times it was just a pain.
Yeah.
Broke all the time.
The classic Nissan issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get hated on for that, but
Turbo gaskets going all the time.
Yeah. That car did that car not have VVT rattle at one point as well?
Yeah, I put a new VVT sprocket into it as well. I Jite stripped the stripped the threads in the block because he said he would take my hand to change the turbo gasket. He said, "Don't worry, I've done it heaps of times." All right, Jade, no worries.
I love
Was there
Jites.
for ages. Got it done, thinking this is great. Started the car, coolant pissing out everywhere.
Oh, yeah, the coolant gully one, yeah.
So I was like, oh, we're back in the recovery truck. I think that's the only time I've used my 80 cover is
Is
on
it?
Oh,
that S14.
because I jiked.
Oh, well, Jites and the tie rod snapping at work as well was not fun.
Oh, did tie rod snap? Fucking hell.
Yeah, driving to work. Luckily pulled into the car park, just about reversing into the space. Heard the snap. Steering wheel went funny.
Fucking hell, that was lucky. Like,
Yeah, if it happened like 2 minutes before, I could have killed somebody, you know. Just
Yeah.
I was like Pete though. His tie rod snapped in his Altez, I remember, and it was when he was turning around in the car park.
Mm-hmm.
So lucky that didn't happen on the road. Like,
okay, goodbye Vienna. So,
there's no fucking danger you're pulling out of that. Like,
No,
no.
no way.
But no, so that was kind of the beginning of the end of the love affair of the S14. Okay, I got the magazine feature from Total Nissan.
mm-hmm.
That was interesting. I quite enjoyed that feature. I think it was your first cover car feature as well, was
I
it?
think it was. Yeah, I was trying to think back I was trying to think what I did up to that point. I'd done
Mark Super.
Banzai then, but
Mhm.
that was just a in magazine shot because we went back to the same place and did your photo shoot there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I had another cover. I've only had that and the Ford. It was Retro Ford. I look back, it was Retro Ford I did the cover for. So that and the Total Nissan and Retro Ford was the two covers. Then everything else just been like in magazines.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get paid for 7 months
7
for that
months.
photo shoot.
Oh, that's that Total Nissan.
Mm.
Yeah, I think some of these media things can be a bit hit or miss.
Oh, totally.
I think they tried to go too big. So they had Total Nissan, Total Toyota, Total
Yeah,
Evo,
Total
Honda,
there's heaps of
Mitsubishi.
stuff, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind, that was the guy who was trying to polish his matte black Subaru at Knock Hill. When you first not long got the red MX-5.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh. Danny's a bit.
Oh,
Oh.
we've got a guest appearance from somebody else. How's it going?
Yeah, good.
Good. So we were just in the middle of hearing Nix's latest on his Sylvia. Where you got with
Yeah.
that?
I can't remember where we were now.
So a
So-
magazine feature.
Yeah, magazine
Magazine
feature. So that magazine feature came about at Rolling Road Day at Wolves Performance. And they were there taking photographs of the car, of the Rolling Road Day itself. And I asked them how they go about the feature. And they were like, oh, just send some photos in. So I was just expecting a little picture of the car in the back pages, which I was
Mhm.
always happy for. And all of a sudden, boom, full feature magazine cover, which was a nice surprise. Yeah, the photos were pretty good.
The photos are fucking terrible. No wonder that dude didn't want to pay me. Like, I wouldn't have fucking paid me.
No?
No, dude.
Maybe that's why
Fucking
he waited
terrible.
7 months. He had to like think about it a while.
Probably. I'd have fucking thought about
Had to be like,
it. They're terrible. Like, fucking terrible.
hey, you learn though.
But
No,
then
but-
it's learning, is it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd probably been shooting cars for. Sounds like a long time. Wait, say 3 years, but it's not a long time when it was like random fucking weekends. Like,
Yeah.
maybe doing 10 shoots a year or something.
Yeah, true.
The only thing I wish was that feature happened once I was finished with the S14, because it was still the same spec was when I bought it from the guy, the previous owner. So kind of puts me sad thinking that
Mm.
it wasn't my car.
Yeah, I
with
know
the
what you mean.
magazine feature. So with this, with trying to think of it, maybe trying to sell the S14 later on, it was kind of like, right, time for a new project, new adventure. That was
Mhm.
kind of the end of the S14 after all the issues I had with it, and just fell out of love with it.
Yeah,
So
That's our life.
SR life. Yeah, it happens.
Mm.
Nissan
decided
life.
to go back to the true big body that I've always wanted to have.
Mhm.
A Lexus. Originally wanted a GS 430, but I wasn't paying the road tax.
Nick said about that life. He isn't a baller. Like,
Not paying the road tax.
should
the
ball
price
out
of
an
road
LS.
tax.
Wait till you try an LS 430 road tax.
Then found out the GS 450 was a hybrid 3.5 V6.
Mhm.
Not to 16 under 6 seconds and cheap road tax.
As I found out sitting next to you in the JZX, was not expecting that.
No.
Everyone says that.
Like I knew it was supposed to be fast, but I didn't think it was going to be faster than the Chaser. It wasn't until we were sitting at the lights near West Hill, and then
Mexico.
Mexico.
yeah, in Mexico, and then we both took off, and I was like, "Nah, no way, no way! Did I just
Yeah.
get smoked by that Lexus?"
Nope.
Nix's Lexus is like the fuck around and find out Lexus,
Yeah.
like
That time, the Subaru
in Mexico.
in Mexico.
The Mexico race. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Mexico race. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, so we're 4 up on the Jula. Mind our own business. And then Pratza wanted to play a game. He was 2 up. Played the
Had
game.
big LS207s on it, big chromes.
Yeah.
Boy sitting looking at him going, Grandpa's car. I think Taco said, no, just go for it.
Fucking smoked his ass.
So I put it in hybrid mode and put down.
Turn the batteries on.
I was off. You heard the boy downshift in 2 gears, and the best thing about it was this passenger going, mouthing, what the fuck? As I was past him, and he's chasing after me. That was,
Completely silent.
yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say there'll be no
Silent
noise change inside that
assassin.
cabin.
Not the
Way-
exhaust, was it? So it'd have been silent. It'd just been like this.
Yeah.
That was it. So that was a fun time. Like,
Oh man, that was good times. Like
it's also fun creeping up on cyclists. They don't hear you.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
you ran
stealth.
me over, milk float mode. Fucking reversed into me.
Yeah.
It's like a Tesla. That silence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. But be fair, Mitsubishi, Toyota developed that hybrid car it was the first. That GS is the first hybrid saloon released to the general market,
Oh,
and it was really more performance based than your proper MPG and all that.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's fast. 0 to 60 under 6 seconds. For a car that weighs nearly 2 tons.
It's pretty quick. Like
pretty
That's
good
pretty
going,
quick.
like, so.
it's pretty quick.
But no, I've really enjoyed that Lexus.
So when you got that car, were you gonna fit an aim gain kit to it, or was it something that you just thought about, like you like developed into?
Originally, it was just wheels and loads, and that was it. When mine buying that car, my dad was very impressed. He's like, "Yep, I'm happy you bought this car.
Glad you got rid of
grown
that
up.
Datsun.
Finally
Yep.
bought a sensible
Got a
car.
proper
sensible
car.
car,
Mhm.
and I slowly ruined it."
I want to just clip back to this camera for a second. 'Cause the reason we bought that cup was just to see how usable it was. It's not usable. It looks super cool, but it's like got its own like flotel device inside. It's like
Looks
Yeah,
like a
it's
teapot.
it's a vase.
yeah, we were thinking about putting a hole in the end of it, just sort of like feed your
You could like
plants.
drink out of it like this,
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
a horn.
it's a teapot without the spout.
yeah, that's
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
looks cool though.
It's Baby Yoda.
Yeah, it's Baby Yoda. Yeah,
Mm.
Baby Yoda cup. Sorry, Nix. I was waiting for that.
Just waiting for Dee to drink out of it.
I've been baited.
Oh man.
Yeah, so originally just was the Lexus was going to be trying to grow up a little bit, save up for a house, do the one last hurrah.
Try and grow up, buy a Lexus and sink 40 grand into it.
Yeah.
It's the deposit from my house. Boom, right on
Yeah.
airlift. There you go,
Yeah.
done.
Gone. So so at that point in my life, I was also making other financial mistakes of buying VIP magazines from Japan. That is a slippery slope. They were coming out every month, and I was on eBay every month buying the issue straight as it comes out.
I
Bang.
remember that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Still doing it until last year.
Where are you?
So I rolled about in the Lexus. I bought those LS207 work wheels. I think I waited 6 months from JDM Distro. That poor boy David Distro must have hated me. I was on the phone to him every week. Where's my wheels? Where's my wheels? Where's my wheels?
Don't worry, it hates me too.
So yeah, that was that. So I rode about with them for a while, and then I discovered I discovered Jesse Streeter.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Shout out
Yeah.
to Streeter.
Yeah, thank you, Jesse.
that would ruin your life.
Yeah, he's helped us all spend our
Yeah.
wages.
Well, Pete not long bought his BN kit for the Alteza, and then he said, "Oh, the shipping's not too bad on it." I was like, "Oh, interesting."
Yeah,
So-
for Pete.
So
For an oligarch,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
what
too
you
bad.
say.
yeah, so as I was saying, been buying these VIP magazines, so they're all pretty current issues, and it came up. body kits for the GS. Now, there's a few I looked at. I looked at Aim Game and I looked at Black Pearl. Instantly wrote off Black Pearl because I need a mortgage to buy those kits. I looked at another one as well, but I can't remember what it's called. But during the latest issue of this VIP magazine was a brand new Aim Game kit, the VIP GT kit. I thought, I quite like that. And I thought, right, I'm going to buy that. And went and spoke to Jesse. That was an interesting experience as well because Aim Game weren't going to sell me the kit because I said I was a GS 450 and they were like, oh, it's not going to fit.
Oh.
So I
It's
said,
because of hybrid, eh?
it's hybrid. They never fitted one for. I think they use a 350 in their demo car. So I was like, oh, Jesse, just say it's for a 350 or 430. I'll buy the kit. If it doesn't fit, I'll work it out. Turns out that the kit's based on a facelift model.
Oh.
So I'd have to buy a new grille and I had to buy a surround. That's easy enough. So after about 3 months waiting for the kit arrived in November. 2-day shipping from Japan, which cost an absolute fortune.
Mm.
4 figures.
Yeah,
4 figure just for shipping. Damn.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting when Jesse went, oh, this is the shipping fee. And I was like, ouch, okay. Paid it straight away. Jesse was also like, holy crap, you're the first person to ever pay for a kit straight away because he's usually sitting for months for folk to buy it. So,
It's because he's VIP and he's a big baller. Like,
yeah, well, lived at home, mum and dad, no, no outgoings. So, that arrived, and I think it sat in the garage for me like a 6 months to a year without getting painted. We got it fitted. I then bought another set of wheels. I bought what were they called? AME Shallons WRX2s, I think. They look like a plug hole.
Yeah.
that's
So
right, yeah.
that was that. I kind of thought the big LS207s wouldn't work with the VIP GT.
They were too little, like the 19-inch wheels.
Well, the AMEs were 19s as well. They just had a
Were they?
more aggressive
Oh,
sort
yeah.
of face to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked up the car once it was painted the week I bought my house. So I thought, oh, well, this is it. Now finished. This is it. Household life. No more money. No.
Ruined
No,
your life, bought a house.
More financial mistakes. I bought air suspension. Bought it. I think I ran the kit for about 6 months to a year with coilovers. But no, I bought air suspension. I bought Airlift 3P. And that was interesting.
Nearly killed me installing it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Luckily, I had a ramp. Imagine doing that, a drive.
Oh, dude. Like, yeah. Fuck. Like, yeah, 2 days. It only take 2 days to fit that kit. Yeah, 2 14-hour days.
Yeah. Thanks to my uncle for letting me use his garage.
Yeah.
He had a ramp in there, like, that was handy. Like,
Yeah, if
Yeah.
it didn't have a ramp, it would have been a nightmare. Like,
Yeah.
but then if we'd have thought about it at the time, we could have done it in 2 weekends probably,
yeah.
because it could have fitted like all the airlines and everything, all routed them to where the suspension should go, and like take our time doing stuff and then fit the suspension after.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't.
No.
I'd like to go back and do that if we had time, redo it, kinda, or just make it a bit neater.
Well, I'll speak to George, see if he can
Yeah.
let us borrow it.
Yeah, see if
Is it
George
not
will let
that
us
neat just
borrow
now
that.
then, is it?
What's that?
Is it not that neat just now, the lines and stuff?
It's neat enough. If you had, we tried to run them through the car for a start, but because it's a Lexus and didn't understand that Lexus would be the way they are, they're like super duper sound deadened, and there's no like the bulkheads aren't really bulkheads. Like any other car, like my Evo, your Chaser, there'll be loads of holes and loads of places you can put holes. The Lexus, when you look at the firewall bit, there's nothing that, like, behind it is like foam, like this thick. Like polystyrene foam everywhere, to like sound deaden. It's just, you can't, it's not easy to just drill a hole and stick cables through or whatever. So we ran the lines under the car, which was fine. Ran them up the side of like the chassis leg, like the rail, chassis rail, and then tiger sealed them into place.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like my LEDs on the Chaser.
Yeah.
It was the same.
But it's how
worked
long is
fine.
that?
That's 4 years. No. Is it?
It probably will be because, yeah.
Yeah, 4 years. 4 years. We've been coming for 5 years.
Like, that's all right. To only have a few little leaks and
Yeah,
yeah, that's not bad
Yeah, that's
going.
pretty good going.
pretty good going.
Yeah, that aim gain kit though, when we test fitted it, until you made Gundam Aero, I'd never seen a kit that ever fitted like that.
OEM, just click straight in.
Perfect, like just perfect. Had the holes, the whole, like you take the side skirts off. There's 2 screws in the side skirts and 4 screws at the end, and you took the OEM side skirt off, put the aim gain one on, and it just lined back up again.
Perfect.
It was literally like you just took the OEM one on and off, so that was perfect. The bumper was okay. There's so many tabs on the bumper though.
Yeah, I had to clip. I think you had to cut one of the air ducts for the brakes or something. But that's why you pay the money for these big kits. They're just fit so spot on. You pay replica kits, you're going to get replica fitment. It's not going to be good.
Yeah, that's like we were saying before about BN, was it? Like you pay. That's why you pay that money for that kit. So if anybody's thinking about buying aim gain and don't want to floss, like ball out and floss some money, like you should do it because it's
Just brilliant. I would definitely buy another aim game kit. 100%.
Yeah, they're definitely up there in terms of like manufacturers making kits in terms of quality and fitment.
I mean, lead time now is over a year to get them.
oof.
Just off the due to the pandemic and all that. So
Yeah.
I think folk in America went a long time to get these kits. But I actually think I was maybe one of the first folk outside of Japan to get that kit. Because I had folk in America asking me about it. Some guy in Vegas, he had the kit after I got it, but he had it painted before I did. So
Okay.
it was quite, it looked quite good. Like, but
There's not another one in the UK, is there?
no, I'm the only
No.
one in the UK as far as I'm aware.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy it. It looks cool. I would
Looks
like
really cool.
maybe
Oh,
get.
it's epic, dude.
I would like to change it for something new, but I can't afford to do that anymore.
When he came to mine to get the drop knuckles fitted and I'd put the drop knuckles on, my neighbour lost his shit. He could not believe how cool that car was.
Yeah.
Especially when I dumped it on the drive. Just like, oh yeah, I'm going inside now, right? I'll catch you later, dude. All right. And I just fucking decked. He's like, whoa, what the fuck? I was like, yeah. Fucking airbags, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking legit, eh? Right, see you later. Opened the fucking door, just went inside. And he just stood for like 10 minutes, like, fucking looking at it.
That's the impression it gives as soon as you see it. I remember when my dad seen it for the first time, he was sort of like, can you not get a car like that? Like a decent kind of quality car.
I mean, those they look better with the 20s than they did in 19s.
Yeah, I think so.
I bought brand new Works, another financial mistake. Brand new Works ERP 20s and 20 by 10 ET15, 20 by 11 ET10. Kind of wish I went for zero, but I wasn't brave enough to go for zeros.
They were hard enough to fit the way they are, like,
Yeah.
to be fair.
So, yeah, so they does look a lot better with the 20s and 19s. That's my personal preference. So.
Yeah, plus, like I was saying to you before, the works, because they got such a long spoke on the wheel as well, the wheels look massive
Yeah.
compared to like the old, you know what I mean? It just looks so much better. Fills the arches nicely.
I forgot, I think I had the 20s just before I bought the air suspension. Because I went and got the bodywork done to make the wheels fit the car.
The old chestnut.
The old chestnut.
Make the body fit the car.
Oh,
Aye, the wheels, not the wheels fit the car.
Yeah.
It's no fun doing it the other way.
Nah, dude. Anybody that buys wheels and like, ooh, I need to make sure they fit is losing.
Not fun. So yeah, that was that. So I think I've owned the car for nearly, it's just over 9 years I've owned the car now.
Wow. That time has flown by.
Yeah.
That's
it really
crazy.
has. It really has.
Mad.
You know, I went down to Players in it not long after the year I fitted their suspension. Players is a pretty cool show. The weather was epic that year as well. It was so hot. And then I think it was also the same year I got the magazine featured again. But that was when I was actually really pleased with, because it was like, it was my car, my creation.
Yeah, you'd done
It
it.
was my vision of the car. So
Yeah.
got the
Japanese
magazine feature. That
performance,
was,
Japanese performance.
yeah, Japanese performance.
Like Gate crashed your photo shoot.
Yeah. But Aid did a
That
really
was
good job.
decent. Yeah, he did.
So,
Yeah, the photos of both mine and your car looks epic. Like,
yeah. That was 2018. Yeah, 2018, yeah.
fucking hell, man. It does feel like that long ago, but
Nice. So yeah, that was quite an interesting experience again. Having a professional photographer rather than my friend taking the photographs of the first
Yeah.
one. So
Yeah.
it was definitely an experience and seeing all his equipment. Yeah, that
It was the thing that struck me is the length of time it took.
Yeah,
Like
it
it
took all
took
day.
like a whole day. But now I think about like I was doing shoots for like an hour, 2 hours, and now you think, oh, maybe I should have taken longer.
Mm-hmm.
But then he's professional. He's been doing it for donkey's years. Like he's been shooting cars for years and years, probably 15, 20 years. So of course he's gonna have a proper workflow ready to go and
Yeah.
know exactly what he's doing. Has the same approach for every photo shoot he does. So that's why he gets paid to do it.
It's true.
So yeah, Lexus and then dailies in between.
dailies in between. So
Dee's laughing because he knows what's coming. Like disaster.
my first daily. To be fair, I really liked that car. Mark III Astra, 1.6. 4-door green with a massive exhaust on it. Completely standard rather than
Big
exhaust.
buffo.
Ran that car for a couple of years until I gave it the Jites. Jites was needing the car. And I was like, oh, well, I'm running about in the S14. You can borrow the Astra. Get a text message. You mad, bro.
Yeah, I remember this.
Picture of the Astra.
Yeah.
He's taking it up the side of a gate at his work. I was pretty upset. I mean, it was my car. I was like, well, let you borrow it. And he's laughing about it. So I went, no, what, Giant Chicken, just buy it. So I sold it to him for like 100 quid. So then it brings on to the new hunt for a new car. I think I bought a Micra, K11 Micra.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, that's right. I forgot you had a
Purple
Micra.
K11
Oh, dude.
11 Micra, 1 litre. Honestly, great cars. Absolutely great cars. I reckon I rolled about for that for a while. And then I sold it to Leaf. He came back from Japan.
Hmm.
He was needing a car, so I sold it to him. And I bought a Corsa. See, I think I owned that.
Fuck yeah, that 5-door Corsa.
5-door Corsa, 1 litre. Awful car. Terrible car. Time and chain went.
Oh yeah.
I was saving to go to Japan to visit Leith. So this was when he moved to Japan. So yeah, so I was trying to go visit him. Time and chain went. Had to sink all the money into that. So I owned that for a couple of years as well, and then I actually bought a nice daily. I bought my current daily back to a Colt,
Mm.
but this time a
Full
Japanese
circle.
import. My first import car.
Ah.
A Mitsubishi Colt Rally Art version R. 1.5 turbo. Quite a nice car. It was
like a
bog
bo-
standard when I bought it.
It's like a box on wheels.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mitsubishi's equivalent to a Jazz.
Ah.
It looks very Jazz-esque.
Mhm.
Yeah, it does.
So, owned that car for just over 2 years.
Rally jazz.
Rally Jazz.
Rally Jazz. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's been quite interesting learning to drive a car. It's still in kilometers.
Ah, you never got
Maths all the
converted.
time. Like, how fast
Okay.
am I going?
It's like that the meme of the dude from fucking Hangover with all the numbers.
Oh yeah,
All
yeah.
inserted down here.
Yeah.
That's Nick's every time he drives his car.
So when I bought the car, I bought it from a guy in Birmingham or Dudley, somewhere down that way, Englandshire. And
South of the border.
so I knew,
Down Mexico
Down
way.
Mexico way.
I kind of knew from my experience in driving New Zealand that 50 kilometers is about 30 miles an hour.
Mm.
So I knew, and obviously knew from Gran Turismo days, it was 120, 70 miles an hour.
See, Gran Turismo saves the day.
Yeah.
I did not know what 40 miles an hour was or 50 miles an hour was. So driving back up the road, up to Aberdeen, down up the M6, roadworks, counterflows, 40 mile an hour restrictions. Thinking, oh crap, how fast am I going? The average speed cameras everywhere. Realised I was going too slow when lorries were passing me. I just tried to keep up with them, and that was sort of fine. So I've got the hang of it now. I know where everything is, and I know how to drive it. Good little car,
Mm.
196 horsepower.
It's quite a
Turbine
chunk.
Little
Turbine.
turbo, it's quick.
It's 1.5 turbo, is it?
1.5.
1.5.
turbo, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's quicker than my first Colt,
Mm-hmm.
but not the same. It's just not the same.
No.
No, a
less
turbo
raw.
and NA is totally different. Like,
Yeah.
No, but just the build quality. The new ones are not built as good as the older ones. There's a lot
They're
more
not built
raw.
as good.
No, I don't think so. It doesn't feel as tight as the older
You'd
one.
have thought it would have been the opposite, almost, because it's newer.
Yeah, maybe because it's standard and I was used to driving a thing it handled like a go-kart.
Yeah, right.
The problem you have as well is that you're used to Lexus. Like the Lexus, the quality of the Lexus is totally like. I had to tell my brain this year when I was driving the Evo again. I forced my brain before I drove the Evo to remember that it's going to be shit and terrible.
I do that all the time.
Because it's like old 90s plastic, and the only thing that's good about it is it goes fast, and you can chuck it about. And see, because I forced my brain to think that, I didn't worry about any of the stupid noises it makes, and like the fucking diff whining and the gearbox whining and all that kind of stuff. I just drove it and just lived with the fact that it just made noise all the time.
Yeah.
Then you get back in a Lexus and it's just silence.
Yeah.
And comfy and like all boaty and nice.
Boring.
Boring, kinda, but then, well, the LS when you, in Mexico, when you put your foot down and have to sort out somebody that's thinks they're clever in like a, GTI Polo or something, they get a surprise. Those Mexicans get a bit of a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
big body.
On paper, it's 276. In reality, it's probably 320, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets up and goes for a 2.3 ton fucking car. Like, it's like your Lexus. Like, it's surprisingly quick.
Yeah. Good cars.
Same as the Mark X as well, though. It's surprisingly quick for what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but you bought the wrong one. Should have bought a 3.5.
yeah, the 3.5 is the harder one to find, though.
Yeah, but that's because they're better. Nobody sells.
Yeah, I know. I've only seen like one here for sale, but most of them are just 250Gs.
But you really should have bought a Crown.
Well, yeah, I probably should have bought a Crown, but yeah, we'll get
You
there.
could even got one with a 2JZ or 1JZ in it even.
See, I don't like
Oh,
that
no.
one.
And the
see that-
171s. Yeah, I'm not a fan of them.
That's not a good idea either, though. Because, come on, we've already got a Chaser that's
Yeah.
not been driven.
Yeah,
Can't have a
it's-
Crown as well.
I know. Yeah. Plus,
Yeah,
I've
they're
never had a
right.
V6, so I kind of wanted to see what a V6 was all about.
That's the reason I bought the LS, because I always wanted a V8. I always wanted a Japanese V8.
Mm-hmm.
I've driven American V8s, which, they're okay, they're fine. I want a Japanese one, though. So that's why I got the LS. I just thought that was COVID that made me do that.
Yeah, cool.
It's like, fuck us. I'm not driving in boring cars anymore.
Yeah.
Let's go drive something stupid that makes me bankrupt.
Yeah. In luxury.
Yeah.
Go broke comfortable.
I've got no money, but at least I'm fucking cozy in my heated seat.
Yeah, heated seats.
Don't put the heating on in the house anymore. I just go out and sit in the car.
Yeah, sit in the driveway.
So yeah, that's really everything.
That's the
I've got to
history
say.
of the.
So plans. Well, so we went to Players this year, didn't we?
Yeah, well,
That's fucking decent.
players this year was. Well, what do you think? I've been before.
Oh,
What do you
dude.
think of it?
It was trippy. Like, your car looks right. This is gonna sound really. It's not gonna sound nasty. It's gonna sound a bit shit though. Your car here is epic. See at Players. It's just like a run. It's like going to a Lamborghini meet in a fucking Fiesta.
Yeah, right.
Like
That's a sore one, man.
I know what I'm
Damn.
hurting.
Brutal.
That's
it's like, honestly, the
Imagine
level.
spending
but
60
then-
grand on your Lexus and being told it looks like a Fiesta.
No, but you know something, right? Like, Nick's has spent a lot of money on his car, right? But there's people there who have spent 10 times that.
Yeah, there will be.
You know what I mean? Like, some of those guys that
like
have built cars for that show have built them as, like, showy cars, but also as, like, clout. It's
Yeah,
like
for
clout
sure.
cars, you know what I mean?
Players is like a pinnacle. It's like a massive event, isn't it? So,
Yeah, there's like, there was some, like, the level of cars was amazing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But there's a lot of them are like clout cars.
Yeah.
And they're, sponsored
yeah.
by
I hate
people.
that
Like, you haven't done any of that.
I
All,
hate the term. I'm being sponsored by such and such.
yeah. Like, all the money you spent in your car has been your own money.
Yeah.
It's not been anybody else's.
Sponsored
Same
by
with
my
me.
9 to 5.
Yeah, by working, working 8 till 6 kind of
Yeah.
thing, and working weekends and shit, you know what I mean? And there's
Working
nothing wrong
overtime.
with building cars and credit cards or whatever, but it's, like, and that's what I mean, like, when I'm saying, like, Nix's car is like a Fiesta at Lamborghini meet. I don't mean that in a bad way, because you're up against people that have spent, like, fucking 10 times what you have.
Mhm.
The other issue is folk build these cars for the next show.
Yeah.
So instead of taking like 6 years to build a car, it's taking 6 months, and they just do it for clout.
Mhm.
They
That's
do it
what
for the
I'm saying,
Instagram
yeah,
likes,
like-
they do it for
There was some cars there, like some Audis, like RS3s and stuff, and like you would look at it and it's been built in 6 months because it's got a wrap, it's got wheels, it's got airbags, the interior's like, they've bought the interior as
Yeah,
opposed to
yeah.
like having it redone or whatever. And yeah, ultimately they didn't win fuck all though.
No.
So, you know, I mean, the guy that won Players this year built that Ford Pop Rat Rod thing.
I think it was cool.
That was a built car. That wasn't a PCP car with add-ons. It was like a proper built car, and that's what I'm hoping. Like in the years to come, that's what people are going to realize.
Mm-hmm.
You know, other cars that were there. That dude's the camo green Escort.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
fucking
that was
sick.
nice.
That was another built car. The dude's white RS Turbo. You remember the one that was out on the straight on the Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. Like, you know what I mean? There was cool cars there that, you know, all the cars that I thought were cool, the ones that were actually built, you know, like that black Porsche that's outside
Yeah.
the office and stuff like that. And then all the other cars you're walking past, you're like, oh yeah, there's another Audi.
There were just too much cars. There's too much cars to see. For 2 days, we never seen everything. Mine, there was
Yeah.
a Escort with an RX-7 engine in it.
Yeah, we
seen
never saw it.
it. Never seen it.
But it was cool. The Players was decent. The shame it's so fucking far away.
Yeah. Nice place, though. I mean,
Mhm.
that whole weekend, there's Spitfires flying about.
Was it?
Yeah, like Goodwood's where they house, like they have the Battle of Britain flight thing. Like they have between there's like 3 other airfields in the south of England where they do it, and then they go for like 2-3 weekends at a time at each airfield. So like Goodwood happened to be that weekend pretty much.
Mm.
But we looked up how much it was.
Yeah.
Holy shit! So if me and Nick's decided we want to do like a lovers like Spitfire extravaganza, you can fly. I could fly in one, and Nick's could fly in the other, and we could pretend to be doing a Battle of Britain like
No
dogfight.
way.
It was 20 grand
What?
for an hour and 45 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, even if like a normal flight was 7 grand for
Yeah.
7 grand for 25 minutes.
Yeah, just flying along the coast. Isn't it?
Yeah, it literally took off, flew along the coast, came back and landed.
So
7
much
grand.
fuel they burn.
What's that? Did?
That's how much fuel they burn.
Fuel
Yeah,
and
the cost. I understand why
Yeah,
it's
a hell
so
of a cost
expensive because
involved
it's a
in that.
hell of a cost like
Yeah.
to keep that going. But
Yeah.
I thought like, oh, maybe it's like a couple of grand. Fuck. Dude, even though like saw that, fuck, crazy. But then I suppose how much is it cost to run a Spitfire? Like
Well, yeah, exactly.
a lot more than running any car, like that's for sure.
Yeah.
That first year I went, there was an Apache helicopter flying about. Oh, it was really weird.
Random.
I was just like, an Apache? Never seen one before. I was like,
You were there next.
maybe.
Fuck, is that one of that MintyFresh cunts?
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
they'd come south.
Yeah, he's down in Mexico. What's he doing down here? No, Players was decent. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of cool cars. Like
Mm.
Just, I said, just so far away.
yeah,
I mean, there's nothing in Scotland like that.
no, not even close.
No.
The thing I liked about Players was the track stuff as well,
Yeah.
and that the people who were on track were good drivers as well.
Yeah.
Like guy Ryan Stewart, he was driving E30 BMW like a madman.
Was there an event? Like a track event, a series alongside it?
No,
or
it's
is it
just you can
for the
buy a track day ticket for it only runs on the Saturday.
Yeah,
So,
it was decent though. There was no shite on the track. It was all good stuff. It was like, you know, like that guy. There was the Beetle with the RB26 in it. Dude put an RB26 in a Beetle.
I might seen that Monkey. Was it Monkey London that did that?
Oh, did he feature it?
I think he might have featured one of the YouTubers featured it anyway. I might seen it before, but it sounded and looked just mental.
Mm,
It's like putting a car on an engine.
Yeah.
basically, yeah.
They moved the engine to the front, so I mean, the fabrication must have been mental to build that.
Mm.
Like, there's no back seats in a Beetle anyway, but the guy's seat was literally against like a bulkhead that was, and then behind him was there was a hole cut in the roof. I'm gonna find photos and put in here. There was a hole cut in the roof, like right above his head here, where it fed the radiators in the back, and then the fuel filler neck was in the roof as well, because the fuel tank was underneath the radiators, so it like filled down. Crazy, absolute crazy car, like. And there was that Alfa Romeo as well.
Yeah.
Oof.
Ooh.
Is it a 4C, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4C. Oof. Nice. Like, I think it's a Regal Autosport demo car, a wave track demo car.
Mm.
Decent, like.
That boy, and it was an M2,
That's right, yeah. Yeah.
flat out all the time.
Mm-hmm. As I say, good drivers.
Yeah. Wouldn't want to bin your car at Goodwood.
No.
Cost a fortune to get fixed.
Mhm.
The track itself,
The problem is Goodwood's a very fast track.
yeah.
There's not many chicanes. There's
Yeah,
one
right.
chicane, and the rest of them's probably third or fourth gear corners, I reckon.
Is it?
Yeah, probably. It's just a big, like, old school fieldy type track where it's just a bit like a big circle basically,
Oh, okay.
with very little corners. But yeah, so what's the plans for Lexus for next year? Shows.
Shows. Well, I'm thinking about going to Fitted, which is like, I think it's an indoor show in Manchester. So it's like, I think it's like a smaller version of sort of Players. It's, as I've been told, it's probably the second best show after Players. So
Mm.
I'll try and get
Fitted.
into that and see what happens
Random.
and take it from there.
The idea of going to shows, I think I'm like, yeah, let's go to a show, and then when I go, I'm like, forget how
Yeah.
bad shows are.
It depends what show, I guess.
Aberdeen car show was okay.
Yeah,
That was alright.
I think the weather made it better though. So
Yeah.
the weather, good weather makes it good. But
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was raining, it'd have sucked.
yeah, big time. Big time. But no, apart from that, no, nothing really else planned to
Nothing
go
much.
next year.
I need to do something to your car. Can't remember what I needed to do.
Parking sensor.
Oh, parking sensors.
Nick's remembers.
Yeah, fucking hell, dude. So you go into Players and you're driving at like 70 mile an hour on the motorway, and the parking sensor starts going off, telling you you're gonna hit something. Yeah, you fucking shit your pants.
Ooh.
It's always been a bit temperamental,
Is it?
but this guy from Players, it's just like wouldn't shut up,
Oh, it was constant, was it?
just turn it off. But no, that's it. Got a parking sensor sitting at home, get fitted.
Yeah. Easy enough job.
Yeah.
You know, but as of like anything else planned wise for the car, I'm really not sure what I do. I kind of want to do interior bits, but
Mm.
I don't know where I'm gonna go.
It's pretty good interior wise,
Yeah.
standard,
Yeah,
to be fair.
I mean, you can always fill it with junction projects, I suppose.
You could. So while we're here, let's plug it.
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, yeah, we should
BIGNIKS.
plug it.
Side hustle.
I run VIP Style UK. I sell junction produce stuff. So
The
if you ever
UK
need any
junction produce
stuff, I'll
distributor.
put the link in
He's the dealer.
the description.
Dealer.
He'll give you the first one for free.
No, don't say that. You might
Okay,
get
he'll
free-
give
you
you
might
the
get
first
free
one
shipping.
10% off.
Yeah, so we'll put a link in down here,
Yeah.
like a link
Between the Batman.
Hit it,
between the
hit
Batman.
it up if you want to ruin your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully next year maybe expand VIP Style UK to some more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens.
What's the website address?
VIPstylesuk.co.uk.
You heard it here.
Yeah, I'll link it.
Sweet.
Cool.
Thanks, Nix.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good to get a run through in your history.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff I didn't actually know, I'll be honest.
A lot of stuff we forgot.
Well,
That's
that's
a
probably
surprise.
more accurate. Yeah, a lot of stuff I forgot.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
surprise, eh?
Hmm.
Who would have thought we'd have forgotten?
Probably everyone watching this that's seen the first few episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You literally, every episode you're literally seeing us learn something new we didn't know, we forgot about our own lives.
really? Oh, I don't remember that. Yeah. Episode 3, 4. No, is it second one?
I don't know.
Did
Is
we
it
do the
7? I
second
don't
one?
know. What
Oh.
year is this?
Yeah, somebody said to me
2023?
yesterday, they were like, they spent ages looking on YouTube trying to find episode 2. And they were like, I don't want to watch episode 3. Where's episode 2? And it wasn't until they watched episode 3 that they realized, episode 2
Yeah, we
stopped.
can only apologise for that.
Yeah.
It sounded cool, but it confused a lot of people.
Yeah, it did. I think it confused so many people. I don't even know which one this is now.
7.
6.
No, it's not 7, Nick. Don't start that.
Shut up, Nick.
It should be 5.
No,
Unless you've
it's
shot anything else.
it's 6.
It's
Oh,
6.
It's 6, yeah.
I watched 4 before lunch.
Mm.
Like, just after I got off the phone to you.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, 4 minutes ago, there's a video.
Yeah.
Sick.
They were quick. They were only recording a few hours ago.
Damn, that's fast.
I
Right.
think it's...
I changed my clothes again.
you
Yeah.
have to change. Yeah, you had the boss jacket on.
Yeah, I should have worn it. It's bloody freezing.
I know.
Yeah, I was trying to think, well, Thaco's not wearing much, but you're like in like 3 layers. But you're always in 3 layers.
Yeah,
so
I'm always in.
maybe it's not that cold. Oh,
No, it's pretty cold. It's pretty
It's
cold
pretty
in
cold.
here. We have got a heater, but unfortunately, if you have the heater running, you can hear it on the mics. So yeah, we're just gonna freeze our asses off whilst doing this. But yeah, so we can tie up episode
Yeah,
6.
tie
here.
up. So that's the next. Done.
Sweet, cheers, bro.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's
no
good.
worries, man. Need to come back for the shadow ban.
Yeah, we'll do a shadow
Shadow
ban.
ban clubs, come in.
Yeah,
That's going to be interesting.
yeah,
Mm.
that's going to be good for Jites, defo. I think he should probably only be on the shadow ban episode.
It's the only episode Jites is going to be on.
Yeah,
'Cause he's too wild for everything else.
yeah,
then got one normal story.
yeah.
No.
He'll get us banned off YouTube. That's why we're on Rumble as well now. We're on Rumble.
Yeah, check it. So
Give us a Rumble.
yeah, we're on Rumble, Spotify, and YouTube.
Yeah.
You can check us everywhere.
Sweet.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yep, and the bell. Click on the bell somewhere. It'll be that side. Above
Somewhere.
Baby Yoda's head, probably. No, below it. Yeah, around there.
Around the Baby Yoda area.
Yep, so click all that stuff, do the things, and then, check us out
Mhm.
on the next episode, which will be episode 7.
We're talking to Mr. D.
We've got Mr. D with us now, so we'll just do it now and then post it later.
Yeah, so there'll be a 2-week gap. No luck.
Shh.
It won't be for us.
Nah, it's live for us. Time traveling for us.
Don't need the DeLorean where we're going.
Yeah.
Right, we'll catch us later.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.